Fear and greed run through the wire. Candles climb and then expire. Our edges cut from the profile, sharp and clean by every buyer. He conquers the markets, he turns water into wine. His timing flows where chaos turns divine. Cut sharp enough to time the sign. Yeah, this man's no common trader. He commands the market's numbers. We call him Chef Bailey. The market bends beneath his flame. Fear and greed run through the wire. Candles climb and then expire. Our edges cut from the profile, sharp and clean by every buyer. Markets move, they twist and swing. Every tick can burn or bring. Ryan keeps calm, he trusts his thing. The charts tell him everything. But when T1 makes ding, 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 the futures spread their hidden wing. And he is ready for anything. Vic's still looking like a restless king.
Ready to stop guessing and start growing as a trader. Welcome to Vici Trading Solutions, a community built by real traders for serious learners. We don't just post trades, we teach the why behind every move. With a full education section and daily breakdowns, you'll start seeing the market like a pro. You won't be trading alone. Inside the Vici Discord, you're surrounded by committed traders, from futures pros to rising crypto specialists, all learning and winning together. Gain first access to our exclusive indicators, powerful tools used daily by hundreds across TradingView and beyond. These aren't gimmicks, they're built to sharpen your edge. Each morning, our founder posts a full trading plan for the S&P 500 or NASDAQ and calls out the levels he's watching live. No fluff, just clarity. Education, tools, community. Whether you trade futures, stock, or crypto, Vici gives you the foundation and firepower to grow. Join Vici, trade smarter, conquer the markets.
Hey, we are back. What's up, everybody? How we doing over here? Hope everybody's enjoying their Monday. We had another amazing Monday. Mondays usually aren't that great, but it was great today. Unbelievable stuff. I was told today I was a little unprofessional, so I figured I would just put the icing on the cake and just go ahead and accept it and embrace it. So I'm embracing it. What's up, Shane? It's good to see you, brother. Glad to see you're here. I know we've got quite a few people on the stream. Guys, first and foremost, I want to apologize for being late today. I had some technical errors, computer stuff, and also that being said, my slides are a little sketchy today. So we're gonna kind of fumble through this a little bit. It's not the normal repertoire you guys are used to, but I'm sure we'll make good on it. Okay, so my apologies anyways for being late. So we'll make this happen. So guys, let me just pop this stuff open here. Sorry about that. All right, so you guys, as usual, the trade plan was pretty incredible. I don't know if you guys watched the weekend review. If you didn't, you should have. It actually played out perfectly. We had a lot of levels that played out just absolutely unbelievable. So just incredible stuff. We're going to talk about, there was so many levels today that played, stuff from last week, stuff from the weekend review. It was a nonstop barrage. Usually Mondays are slow. I mean, we had so much stuff. It was unbelievable. So I'm excited to get into this today because, this market it's a little tricky. I got to tell you, I was talking to Shane and a few other guys in the room today, and I kept telling them they closed that daily under 14. We are coming down, and they didn't. They saved it at the end of the day, and they actually played this perfect SPX level that was on our, from the weekend review. We talked about it. We drew it out the whole 9 yards. Again, if you guys haven't seen it yet, I recommend you go back and watch it. It's good stuff, right? It's always direct and to the point. So, guys, as usual, real quick, follow me across all these socials, would you? YouTube, X, Substack, and TradingView. If you haven't, definitely do so. Share it with your friends, retweet, all that stuff. Let's get this stuff out here. Guys, I would appreciate some love on this end. So that would be highly, highly, highly appreciated. As usual, we're handing out the hits. So, there's enough to go around for everybody. Share with your peeps. This is what's up. And so with that being said, also, I want to remind everyone that I am doing the How to Trade a Trade Plan webinar on May 28th. If you haven't signed up for that, the link is actually going to be in the YouTube post. It's in the post and also in the Substack post when I retweet this. I'll go ahead and get that link out to you guys now, actually, just so that we have it right now in Substack. If you haven't signed up yet, it was also in the weekend review. So it was in the weekend review. I suggest that you guys, you can sign up for it there if you like. So let me go ahead and throw this in YouTube. This is going to be a good event, guys. I'm going to be giving away prop firm examination. Plus, if you're following the trade plans, you should come to this. This is nothing but assistance. This is just me explaining exactly how to use the prop firm to the best benefit of the prop firm. This is me explaining how to use the trade plan to the best benefit so that you can pass prop firms, right? So that's the idea. Just come, do your thing, sign up. If you're there, make sure that if you want to win a prop firm, make sure you put in a good phone number, guys, because I am texting the winners. The past 2 events that I've had, out of 3 people that have actually won prop firms, only 1 person responded to the text, and that was Rusty. Rusty, I'm glad that you are participating here, and I know you got your prop firm code this morning. So definitely something to sign up for. I'll see you guys there. It's nothing but knowledge. And then I'm going to have like 15 to 30 minutes after just to take questions. If you guys have any questions, if you're looking at these trade plans, you're like, damn, what does this mean? How do I do this? All this other stuff. If you have anything, I will answer anything you want. Okay, so as long as it's related to the trade plan. All right, nice try. All right, because I know I'll get some weirdos in there and be like, oh. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. I think we're going to have, this is going to be interesting today. This is going to kind of be a little bit out of order here, guys. So before I get into the trade plan title, actually, you know what? Let's just go ahead and start. I wasn't going to do it like this, but let's go ahead and do it like this anyway. First and foremost, let's start it off with a banger, right? So the trade plan title, of course, right off the rip, the 74.50 infliction and the 73.66 make it or break it, right? So unbelievable stuff. We actually got super close to the 66 last night. It was actually very close to the other level we had. If you look in the trade plan, it was actually 66 to 69. It got very close and held that area. We're going to show some other pictures about that here shortly. But basically, here is the big one, right? 74.50 infliction. We played it perfectly to the T. I talked about the logic behind this in the weekend review and exactly why I thought that this should either smack here or we're going to go higher. And obviously, as you can see, we got the smack here and came down. And then this is the full picture after the market session was over. We came down quite considerably. 50 actually paid, as you can see, almost 80 points. It paid 75 points, it looks like, based on rough math. From 50 down to, let's call it 75. That's not rough math. That's 75 points. Absolutely unbelievable, right? We had that weekly POC right there, the whole 9 yards. So I wanted to get that out for you guys. I'm pretty proud of that. That's the short that I took this morning, which we'll soon see. I was pointed to the downside pretty much all day. Took a little long scalp this morning, but today I was pointed down. Like we said yesterday, we lost on the 4-hour time frame. And so we were trying to get to the leg end down to this 73.66 spot, or at least that was the concept. For me, I was trying to sweep overnight lows, which we got. And let's go ahead and get into a little bit more. So again, the trade plan, as you guys know, this is some high time frame stuff. I give the trade plans out on Sunday before the market opens, and then you guys have a trade plan for Monday. So obviously there's the overnight action. Sunday is relatively busy, what have you. And this was right off the giddy up on Sunday. We had our first major resistance area, 34 to 38 is our big daily. And obviously if we pop into this area, expect a reaction. Look for a reaction between 34 and 38. If it gets rejection here, watch for continuation back down towards the lower support zone and basically into this area down here. And as you can see, we started to come down from a perfect touch, 34 to 38. I had a 4-hour and a daily there. This was absolutely tits, everybody. Super happy with this. And obviously we're still coming down. So this was a great picture. When I woke up this morning, I saw it. I was like, oh my God, the daily, holy Toledo. What a great touch. All right. So the other one that was really interesting last night is, as you can see here, we had the 66 to 69, the 1-hour support and the 4-hour leg up. This is the make it or break it for the entire bias. know that you guys heard me talk about that about 17 times in the video. I kept saying, this is it. I mean, it's like a little rough here, but if they hold this, we're going to go back up, right? Well, look how close they got last night. Super close. As you guys know, we barely poked back through this overnight low today, just by a few points. We never actually split the 69 spot. So again, it played perfectly as far as I'm concerned about being our really make it or break it. As you guys know, we were talking about this in the trade plan. And so far, they're making it, right? Because they held it. They got super close last night. It acted as support, and that's what it was. PJ, Bryce, what's up, fellas? Jeffrey, Diego, glad to see you guys are all here. All right, so let's go ahead and check out the next one here, guys. So this is the VIX. How does he do it? I look back and I'm like, how does he do it, right? Again, who charts VIX? I do, right? And so check it out. Way ahead of time, guys. When I charted this, we were down here. Talked about the 1942 daily ceiling. That was the top of the hour for us, guys. Absolutely unbelievable. This looks like it's, and I even said yesterday, kind of looks like it's preparing for a pop. I think it could go higher. I'm pretty certain it does, as long as the 66 holds, it's not going to happen, right? And then so on and so forth. And last night, the 66 held. We basically opened gap up. We played 42 perfectly. We come down. This has been our significant ceiling for some time. As long as VIX stays below 42, the indices have room to drift higher without volatility headwinds. Absolutely loved this. This was a big cue for us today when we started coming down from 42. Obviously, we started with the day a little elevated on the VIX, so we were looking for the short ride, the giddy up, because we were obviously spiked up pre-market right into the 50, which I'll show you soon. But obviously what I'm getting at is this market did not, it came down a good portion of the day, but we popped back up at the end of the day. And this is a great indication for us because 1942 is what we really needed to get back above to kind of get that momentum for the ES to go to the downside. And it just never happened. Now, we talked about this area down here, and we'll talk about this more tomorrow, but this could be a very serious inflection point for the VIX to pop off of, and we'll get into that at another time. So the other thing that I wanted to show you guys is, as usual, SPX, and I'm not going to get into this. I'm just going to get into the important stuff here. As you guys know, when I was talking yesterday in the video, I kept lining up the 74.35 4-hour leg down with our ES leg down as well at the 74.50. I kept saying, I think this lines up about perfect. As you guys see right here, the only untested support lies at 73.58.93. Look at that. Happens to be the low of the day. Oh, shocker. Okay. And then we have the resistance on the way up is 74.35, our midpoint pivot. As you can see, we opened right here, popped up, smacked it, came all the way down, held our 73.58.93 and popped back up. Amazing. Amazing. And guys, again, we use this in combination with ES. I'm not trading SPX. I could, probably should, but I don't. I trade ES, and I use this as structural confluence because there is many times when we have levels like, for instance, this low right here that the ES didn't really have. I mean, it did. It was much lower. It was like 73.66, but, we had basically SPXs into support. And so you use the two in combination with each other just to understand structural narratives, just like this short here at 74.35. Well, that lined up perfectly, just like I said, with our spot here at 74.50. So we're using the two, in combination with each other, as well as the VIX, just to give us a very clear picture and roadmap. And that is exactly what came along today. So check this out. This is us right at the open, right for the team. I actually missed the perfect entry at 50. I ended up getting at 45. We ended up bringing this down. I brought this all the way down to 23, guys, on a couple contracts. It was a nice, 22-point score for me right off the open. I know many people were short in the room because we talked about it. And, I got to be frank. Big salute to the Discord team because these guys actually they put a lot of faith in what I say. It's amazing. They're like, bro, you said be short 50. We're short 50. We were all short 50, right? So we're making money. That's what's up. And actually, we came right down and we held this 21 area almost to the nuts. And we had a nice little pop off of this, which at the time I looked brilliant because that was the low of the morning and we popped back up. So there was actually quite a few people that bought the long as well. So we made money on the short, we make money on the long. And that's what's beautiful about a free market is you can make money either way you want to go. But again, this was our major inflection point, the weekly point of control, 45 to 50. This is the spot for the whole week. Nothing's changed, guys. This is still a very important spot, okay? Keep it on your map. It's the 4-hour leg down. 50 lines up perfectly with the weekly point of control, making this the big inflection point for above or below. Everything goes bad above 74.50 for the bears. That is still very much true. Okay, just putting that out there right now. Okay, below 74.50, we continue our downside rotation to the buy zone. So I was immediately in this. I was willing to, even get in late because I was confident that this was the spot, and it was, and I was very happy about it. And so, Dad walked away happy this morning. I was actually done trading before 10 o'clock in the morning. I ended up sneaking a few other ones in with the guys, but and Z, let me not forget Patricia. She's our new girl in the room, and she had a great day. So I'm going to talk about her here shortly. So then the next one, guys, how many times did we mention 74.20? Shit, I just mentioned it right here. As you can see, I took the profits down here and I said, what? I said, oh, it actually popped from there for about 15 or 20 points. A lot of people in the room took this long, and that's also what I got in my short. But check this out, right? So this is very interesting, right? 74.20. Now that we're back below it, we played 4 different times over the course of the week, including a perfect tick long off of Friday for over 100 points. It was a very important spot. Losing support on 74.20 is a big red flag for us going into the new week. And if you guys recall, I said we lost support on this coming into Sunday. So this was a huge flag for us. We never closed the 4-hour back above it, and we closed below it. And as you guys can see, they not only tapped it one time, and actually they missed it just by a hair here. And I was like, interesting. I wonder if they'll play it again. And they did. An incredible, another short, just an absolute banger for 30 points. She paid 30 and 40 points 2 times off the 20 level. It paid for the long again this morning. This is a ridiculous spot. 74.20 should be on everybody's map. Absolutely incredible stuff. So love that. And then here's the next one. Check this out. So this was the other big daily, guys. If you recall, I talked about in the week in review, I kept saying, this 74.14 is big. We come underneath here. I got nothing for 100 points, right? I mean, how many times did you guys hear me say that? And I must have said it in the Discord room today about 7 times. I kept saying, if they close below this thing's coming down, right? So check this out. We didn't close below it, but as you can see during the afternoon session, this thing has played multiple times. We actually had a sick roll that took us all the way down. And that's the thing. It wasn't just on the small time frame. Bryce, I don't know if you saw this, brother, but look at that beautiful 4-hour touch on the daily time frame. It was a perfect 4-hour to daily touch. Absolutely immaculate, straight out of the process. Loved it. And when that thing smacked, she came down super nice, came down fast. And again, this thing made a new overnight low. And so this actually paid 50 points, people. 50. I mean, we're just spitting out points today. Something ridiculous. Unfreaking believable. Love it. So that was the daily that defined the sub leg to the all-time high. This is going to be huge for us to hold. Just like I said, right? Below 14, we start to come down considerably, and we could fill the weekly gap at 73.01. Obviously, that didn't happen. And if we were to close below that, I would certainly believe that was a possibility. However, that didn't, but this should have gave you the indication that when I'm just simply saying that we are below it, momentum is to the downside, and we smacked off of it multiple times, which is hopefully something that everyone got to partake of. Now, here's the interesting part. I know I talked about 74.20 already. As you can see, this was the touch right here, the first touch that I said kind of missed, and it did miss. It missed it by 2 points or something like that. But, and I pointed this out earlier, this is the awesome part. Look at this thing. So this is it on the 4-hour. Then it snuck back up there and it got the real test. Gotcha 74.20 in the house. Unbelievable. Perfect touch. Smacked it. And then this is the one that paid 30 points or something like that. So just, mind-blowing day again today. The levels played out of control. Every single spot today was something that had to do with something that came out of the trade plan. It was absolutely unbelievable. And so I thought I had one more on SPX, but that's okay because look, we're going to talk about this real fast. This is the 4-hour leg. I know you guys who watched the week in review, Bryce, I know you watched it. You had to. This was the leg that I was talking about holding. I said, man, we've got a 4-hour leg up here. Underneath here, shit goes crazy south. But if they hold this, we can technically go all the way back up again. Guys, this is the 4-hour leg in ES. We have already tested Well, you know what? I'm going to have to go through this a little bit. This thing's wiped. Actually, let me take a look at this. Hang on. Give me 1 second. This would be interesting. Hang on. Give me 1 second here. I don't know. This is questionable. All right. Here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to put this out there like this, right? So check this out. We're playing this 4-hour leg. We're holding this thing, in my opinion, without the close. Like they had their chance, right? And they did not close the daily underneath here. They had plenty of chances to close it under here. They couldn't do it. Okay. So big fail right now. Epic fail, right? So right now, looking at this, we're holding this leg. To me, this can easily come all the way back up. But the one big caveat right here, 74.12 on SPX. I still think this is untested here. This is the daily as well. We push above this. We've got no resistance until 74.50 or 49, whatever you want to call it. And then above that, we're going to push our way up to the 7,500 and fill the gap. But right now on SPX, this is holding the 4-hour leg. I wouldn't put it past that we could go higher, just straight up. And this daily here, we didn't close below the leg again. It would have to close below really 73.90 to give me that like, oh yeah, we're definitely coming down, right? But I can't say that now because we're holding the 4-hour leg and we didn't lose on the daily. So I was even telling Bryce in the Discord, I was like, man, if we could lose on the daily, it's been a long time since that happened. I was getting all excited, but it is what it is. So with that being said, guys, that's where I'm going to leave this today. I know it's a little different. I didn't do the whole spiel where we went through the context and the final thoughts, all that stuff. I just technical problems kind of threw my game off a little bit. But listen, the trade plan was incredible. Oh, the last thing. I know what I wanted to do. Here, I got to do this. This is good. Hang on, where are we at? So look, I got to give my shout out to my Discord peeps. And really, I want to give a big shout out to Patricia as well. We're going to talk about her. So, look at my boy over here, Sko on the road to funded. He got another payout. He's already passed an account. He's got another payout. Couldn't be more happy for him. He actually bought another account today and passed that one too. So super psyched up about that. And then I did my little money today. But I mean, listen, I don't really like to flex a little bit, but I mean, I'm gonna brag on this one because it was a good day. Did that times 7 accounts before noon. So I had a fantastic day. And then we got Sam over here. He's putting up money. He's always trading multiple accounts. Good stuff. And then here's the person who I really want to brag on. Patricia she put her first money on the scoreboard. She's brand new to the inner circle. She's, trade planning it up. She's been in the inner circle in the Discord room for about 2 weeks, and she's already hitting the scoreboard, which I love. This is awesome. I love to see this. This is so good. And I love having a girl on the team. Any other girls out there want to come in? Please, I totally welcome you. We need a killer team of women in here. So, Patricia, thank you so much for being patient and sticking to the plan. You, my girl, are going to make an awesome trader. So, I just wanted to, give a little shout out to my Discord team. I'm pretty happy with the crew in here, and everybody's doing their thing. We're making money, and we're being patient. That's where the money is made at. Just to be honest, you're patient. You wait for your setups. You get your money. You get the heck out, and that's it. It's our job to extract money from this market, not to trade every move or catch every move. That is, just leave that for somebody else. So it's our job to make money and get the heck out of Dodge. So with that being said, we're going to call this early. Don't forget to sign up for the How to Trade the Trade Plan webinar. You will not regret it. If you're trading the trade plan or you're on the fence about it, this is something to go to. Okay, it will totally enlighten you. Ask anyone who is a subscriber who's been there, and we'll go from there. So that being said, tomorrow's another day. I will see you guys at 8:30 in the morning for the trade plans, and of course, same time, same channel at 5 o'clock for the post-market breakdown. Have an excellent evening, and tomorrow we conquer the markets together. Cheers.